Hello friends and welcome back to Flavors on My Destafan. Today I will be sharing with you a recipe of chicken lababdar. To make this recipe I've taken around 2 tablespoons of oil in a pan, in a pot. As you can see, and I'm going to fry in onions. These are 4 medium-sized onions and finely chopped. I'm going to fry these onions until they are golden brown. The list of ingredients and the recipe and all my other recipes are available on my website, the link of which is there in the description box. Now here you can see that I'm taking some cinnamon, 4 green cardamoms. I'm going to make a tomato sauce here. This is 4 cloves, 2 teaspoons of coriander seeds, 2 teaspoons of cumin seeds, 1 whole garlic, 2 tomatoes. The chicken lababdar is a very flavorful and very rich and creamy dish. And the recipe that I have today is a very nice recipe. It's something that um, in, I have understood and I made this. It's entirely my recipe, and uh, it turns out absolutely delicious. Now I'm adding half a cup of cashew nuts and the tomato paste to this. The tomato paste that I have added here is a concentrated paste of 2 tomatoes, and this gives a really nice tomato flavor as well as the color, to which I've also added 2 tablespoons of ketchup. Tomato ketchup brings in that sweetness and sourness to the recipe. This is a very crucial part of this recipe. Tomato paste, the tomatoes, and this. And in case if you don't have tomato paste, you can add in 4 tomatoes instead of 2. So how I've taken is 2 tomatoes and 1 can of tomato paste, which is equal to 2 tomatoes. Now my onions had browned, and I'm adding in the tomato mixture that I grinded. I'm gonna saute this, and I'm gonna let this cook. Since the tomatoes and garlic and cashew nuts are raw, I'm gonna let this cook till the raw flavor of those have gone and they are completely cooked. Now, at this point, you must know that you can't keep adding water to this until it's really cooked, because the idea of adding water here would be to prevent it from sticking. So here I have just adding the water directly from the blenders, so that any remaining sauce can go in. And I'm going to let this cook. Also, this gravy splatters a lot, so I must warn you to be very careful. Here I'm added in the ginger paste. To this, I did not add it in while making the paste, because I already had this available with me separately, so I added it there. If you want, you can add ginger also to your tomato paste while grinding. I'm covering this pan, and I'm going to let this cook for around 5 to 6 minutes, or until the oil separates. Be careful not to burn this. You have to keep looking. Just don't keep it and forget about it. Just keep have a look at that. At this point, I'm adding in red chili powder, and I'm going to also add salt. In the recipe, I've added a total of 2 teaspoons of salt. Yeah, it took a lot of salt because its gravy was really thick, and there were a lot of things in it. So here I'm adding 2 teaspoons of salt at this point. And salt is of course as per your taste. You should always Check your salt before you add in more salt. Always have a check of salt. I'm going to let this cover and cook this. And about this point, you have to cook until it comes to this stage where you see the oil is how it has separated. And at this point, I'm adding in the chicken. And from this time onwards until the next 5 minutes, you're going to cook the chicken on a very high flame. The idea being to not let the chicken become dry. It usually so happens that when you cook on a very low flame, the chicken releases all its water, making it really dry inside. So, what we are going to do, the high temperature will seal the chicken so that allowing it to retain most of its moisture and make it succulent and really nice. So at this point, I'm going to continue sauteing the chicken, adjusting the water, adding the water, adjusting it, cooking it until my chicken is done. And of course, I'm just checking the salt because that's a really important part here. So this is my last teaspoon. That is, I have added in total now 3 teaspoons of salt. Please do check your salt before you add any more. I repeat, salt is as per your taste. And then continue cooking this. At this point, I see that my chicken is almost cooked. This recipe is a very nice recipe. It's one of my best recipes that I've made. The chicken is really succulent, very delicious. The tomato flavor is not overpowering because we have tomato ketchup with it, which is sweet and sour, so it kind of balances out the sourness from the tomatoes, and gives you the rich and creamy taste. Now you could go on and add in cream to it, but I have avoided adding cream here because it tasted so amazing as it is. This chicken curry comes out really thick in its gravy. Chicken lababdar. The meaning of lababdar is something very delicious, something that is something that you really love to eat, something rich, something creamy, something delicious. Now, since the chicken is completely done, I'm adding in the kasuri methi or the dried fenugreek leaves. Crush it between your palms and add it to the dish. This is the best way to add kasuri methi. It brings out the flavor and it's a great garnish. I hope you will try my recipe and you will let me know how you liked it, how you cooked it. If you use the same recipe or you modify the recipe, do let me know in the comment section. I hope you will enjoy this recipe and you'll try it. This dish tastes as good as it looks here. Do let me know if you like my video. Do subscribe to me. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a good day. Bye.